Greetings and salutations to a very, very sleepy stream in which I live again. Hi. Okay, captured. Yeah, okay. Yeah, welcome to a stream where I'm kind of sleepy, but I really wanted the stream. So we're here. Now, there's a couple of things to go over that happened because I was actively sleepy and like wanting to stream because I wanted to actually play this more and I wanted to show some stuff off that happened. So pretty obviously this is not a strictly underground challenge anymore, especially with all the difficulty I'm throwing up on the surface. It's just entirely suggestible to live underground. Anyways, guess what I found while walking towards the trader to see what I could find. That's right, I found a ruin. And in the ruin was piles of fucking cattails. In a jar. Anyways, so I found some more dirt in the ruin. I may have put down the dirt and just wanted to see what they would do. And, yeah. Anyways, I can't even remember what has happened since last time. I'm just pretty tired. Now, you may hear some, like, pain happening towards my enemies. I went ahead and did like a small teehee funny spike trap because, you know, I could. And I may have figured out that at some point I could make a bow. I don't remember if that happened on stream or not. I don't remember a lot of things right now. I'm tired. Anyway, so yeah, we have some stuff. I haven't really found much of anything. We have a pile of money. A pile of random stuff that I've barely been using, and I've just been trying to get together enough stuff to make torches. You may be wondering, why do I want torches? Well, it's because they're going to be the only thing I have for light for a long time, apparently. Also, I may have installed one or two other mods. I can't remember. Did this happen on stream? I don't remember. Getting hungry. I'm going to die. Nap and then die, pick up torches, explore. Not that we're going to potentially find much. Though I did stumble across something also while just vaguely looking around near the, one place. The place with the guy who trades. The trader. Yes! That person! My head hurt. Anyways, where's the axe? Where's a pickaxe? Because, yeah, I found some stuff. Is this gonna be enough? It should be. So yeah, we'll take that one. Then we'll have to pick those back up in a second. But first off, we'll get more health because food is not likely to happen very easily. No, you can't. Ah! Save me. Now. Anyways. I don't know how long the stream will be. I just really wanted to, like, mess around and make progress on stream. And, I was sitting there getting a little bit twitchy and wanting to just, you know. Yeah. So, I finished this, by the way. And I thought it would be a good way to show off exactly how far down we were. Just to say we were quite far down. Also, I blocked up some of those holes just for the sake of safety. I can't remember. Did the water funnel become a thing on stream or off stream? A smart person could look. I'm not a smart person. But yeah, we found some stuff. We found some stuff that is actually going to be very helpful in the overall situation. Anyways, I'm climbing slowly up. It will take us a while to get up here. More coal, because we have a lot of that. Oh, everything's getting a little red. Also, no, I couldn't get that one thing to work. I'm not certain what all I even installed. Okay, so yeah. Say hello to the only way I'm going to be able to find my way back from that. Where was the trader? Was it this way? I think it was this way. That should stay fine for now. Was it this way? So hard the goddamn tell. Okay, yeah, it is this way. So there was something I started looking for around these areas just to try to find something of value. And I may have found it. Wow, I went the complete wrong direction. This is why I need these things. We'll want to be able to see this from near the trader caravan, which is over here somewhere. Yeah. That there. I guess we can talk to the trader and see what they have, potentially. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess I should also show off the ruin I found. Yeah. I probably walked by this more than once, in all honesty, at some point. I kind of want to dig around and see if there's anything else in it, but given all the pots were up on the surface, I kind of doubt it. I don't really think we'll find much there. There's actually a lot of water around still, despite, you know, the lack of water. Anyways, yeah, there was that. And, yeah. It turns out there might be copper everywhere up here. So we're just gonna try to take all of this because we might be needing it. Especially if I can just completely bypass the need to, make a copper anvil, potentially. If I can bypass that and go straight to bronze, iron will be a actual possibility sometime in the near future. And by near future, I mean this year. Real year, not, you know, in-game year. Even though, in-game year might take a real year. I don't know. Probably not literal, but hey. I have no idea where I'd even begin looking for clay up here. But hey, everything is everything is. It is as it would ever be. A problem. Also, I looked into the auto-sieving mod, and I was just like, nah, that sounds like more work than I'm willing to put in for something that's going to trivialize an entire part of the game. At least, for now. But yeah, that Doomstorm mod, I have no idea. It's also really early in the morning, so yeah, this... let's be honest, this is probably going to be a, at best, 2-hour stream of just me fucking around in the game before I'm too tired to continue. My luck will be there's not a single piece of copper anywhere right here. I really don't want this collapsing on me either. It probably will. The great thing about me, if I see too uniform of a surface, I know I haven't actually found what I was looking for here 90% of the time. But I have no idea where this copper is going to be outright either, so... It's just somewhere in this spot. Not that we haven't found a shocking amount right here anyways. Of course, this is incredibly unstable stone. Still nothing. If only I could find a source for other stuff, like clay. I feel like we'd be able to find clay somewhere, but ultimately what I need to end up doing is just kind of taking a knife up here and gathering as much grass as I can. So far, just so nothing up by the looks of it. further? I feel like it wouldn't be further, right? I never have a good idea where the copper is from surface nodes. Although, technically, what even is the surface anymore? Who knows, maybe there is a giant, or land above us. Can't say there's not. We're still in a cave. Okay, I'm starting to wonder if copper is even real. It'd be so hard to see in the stone type, though, wouldn't it? I'm a little bit shocked this is still standing. You know, with the 100% instability kind of stuff going on there. Go off over here. We're gonna break this and we still haven't even found the vein. But yeah, there's copper up here. There's plenty of it. It's basically everywhere. Good luck actually finding it. It's dark. Still wondering where the monsters are, looking at the time. Still no copper. Ah. I'm starting to feel like I do need to make a prospecting pick. Just so I can actually try to triangulate where some of this shit is. Too bad lead isn't that useful. At least right now. Still nothing? Okay. My luck will be there was just never any in this area in the first place. I'd 100% believe that happened. Okay. Well. No luck there, I guess. At least we have the amount from the surface. Hopefully I'll realize that's still too uniform. What was that? Lead? Okay. Actually, you know what? Just so I know that there's nothing that I found there yet. There. Just leave a nugget of it behind. I really should do that since I can't mark things. Pick that back up. Unfortunately, our major limiting factor right now will probably be food. Yeah. There is a lot of grass around. I really could probably just take some. If I could make something better than bronze right now, I'd probably make the brass to make candle holders a permanent candle holders. I'm doing it again. Torch holders up there. Just having a permanent torch there to help light the area would help. Then I could just kind of make paths. Because we're going to have to find runes somewhere. How cold was it up there, I wonder? I didn't even think about that. God, I hate that noise so much. Alright. I have done a little bit of saving of the gravel offline whenever I was just sitting here trying to decide if I was going to stream today. Just to have something extra to do. I also want to know if the dirt itself will do anything, or if I literally have to have something there. Oh, throwing me off that. These are proving to be useful, though. I will say that much. Anything grow here yet? I genuinely am wondering if the like medium fertility soil is going to do anything, like grow grass at all. But I wouldn't be able to find that out for a while, so I'm also kind of just letting that be there. We're going to just keep going straight back up if we can't make more torches or do anything. We're kind of limited on our exploration by our hunger bar and our torches, and that's about all. It is kind of strange that I haven't run into too much up there. Other than, you know, polar bears, which, yeah, they still have a bad habit of just ripping me apart. Not incredibly happy with that happening. Part of what I desire is for there not to be any polar bears on the surface, or really anything living for that matter. Yeah, I might try to pass the trader and go, I have no idea what direction we're facing. I don't know if we'd be going north, south, east, or west. I wonder if there's a way to tell that without, you know, the sun. I don't think I have a way of telling direction right now. Huh. Couldn't even look at the star, like, up at the sun or anything. I am also just vaguely looking for any useful materials just lying all over the ground. Just out of hope that we find something. If I do pick up, like, copper bits, I'm probably just going to put a piece of copper down. Something to try to at least tell myself that something was there. Hey, there's the trader. There's sulfur over here, too. Again, I don't really know what I would do with sulfur, either. So, yeah. But yeah, you can't tell me there's not actually a giant cave up there. Hello. What the hell did I just see over there? So if we can see the trader cart there. Also, if you walk into the fire, you can kind of see some stuff, which is a little bit cheesy, but hey. The game lets you do it. That's a thing in the base game too, technically. What's this? I have found some caves, and I have, like, looked in them. We found ice. Yeah, there's packed glacial ice here, if you want to know exactly how cold it actually is. Yeah, that stuff is just here. This is still summer? Going into autumn, I believe, but I'm pretty sure it's still summer. Oh, like, August is one of the hottest months here, I think, so. And again, I kind of live in an odd area, even considering certain things. Temperatures, like, seasons here tend to be a little bit mild right up and towards the, like, last month or two of it. In which case, then for some reason, it just decides to go full hog and attack. Realistically, given the environment, we should also see a lot more in the way of ruins. Found something there. Leave one to mark. Glacial caves are also something we'll probably see some of. Which are neat, I will say. Yeah, there's just copper everywhere. So I'm not too worried about that. In fact, if I had the want to find anything, like, I don't know how we would find it in the Arctic, like, desert, but I want clay. And yes, it is technically a desert here. Deserts are precipitation-based, not temperature-based. Arctic deserts are a thing. Or if we could, like, take some of the ice with us and do something with that. I don't know. Just vaguely thinking about things. Oh, here's some. Arc. That is probably just embedded into a quartz vein by the looks of that. Quartz. There's quartz everywhere. The aurora is also, strangely enough, helping us, like, tell vaguely where some mountains might be. Alright. Here we go. Like I said, there's a lot of this stuff all over the place. That might be a little bit hard to see, but hopefully I notice it. Make sure I can keep an eye on where one of our only points of, like, lights is. Start moving down this way and see if I can't find anything on this side of things. I would love to find some ruins, though. Like, some proper, sizable ruins. Just on the grounds of then we would actually be able to possibly get a candle. And if I can get a candle from, like, some bony soil, we'll be so much better off. Also one of those situations where it's like, man, if I could only just, like, fire off a flare or something. This has to be really close to the surface here. How much there is just sitting there. How deep is this going to be? I really should be picking up this gravel. I think that will catch my attention a little bit too. It'll let me know that that's there. We're on that side. Okay. Well then. Note to self, don't go that way. We might be in a glacial valley, if I had to guess. But yeah, until I have some way to make more permanent light sources, We're kinda in just one of those awkward situations of I can't really do too much. Yes, I know I could fight polar bears and skin them. Yes, that would technically be a source of both hide and light. Which would make going up to this... That'd probably be helpful. Okay. Clay. I didn't look up how much clay I'd need for an anvil mold. I ought to probably do that. Just to know. So that goal actually in mind that I could work towards. There we go. Would I want to even attempt to hunt a polar bear? That's one of those things where it's like, I'm probably not that skilled. Just not gonna lie. I was really hoping we'd also see maybe a bit of grass growing down here. If I can find enough dirt, I'm possibly going to do a certain thing to see if it actually provides me anything too. Where do I want to even try to go? A hunting pit wouldn't be a bad idea. But I'd want somewhere I could probably sit down and actually stay a little bit on the surface, which is not really something we can do right now. Also, this trip up is actually quite a bit longer than it would be otherwise due to some of the ways I've done this. So it'd be helpful to be able to actually stay up there for a while too. Summer is about the only time I think we'll be able to do that. As the warmer months come to an end, we're going to probably hit a pretty horrendous set of months. Even in, fall. Just a suspicion I have. Not bothering picking up the lead. Okay, there's the hole we normally come out of from the other direction. Okay, can I climb this at all? This is a glacial shelf. I'm thinking this is a glacial shelf. Okay. There was a monster. And the big issue with the glacial shelf is that that's going to be a large area of nothing. Just solid ice until you hit the next valley. So until I'm actually good and prepared for that kind of thing. Yeah, no. Plus, we'd need a way to find our way back as well. I don't know what kind of power generation is available. Like, well, jib generator. Burned reagents. That's fascinating as a word. Thermoelectric. Solar. Solar. Oh, yeah. Okay. What is this? Nonsensical. Got it. Thermal electric generator. Convert heat. Works with any burnable fuel. Iron, copper. That would be a way. Must be fitted with a thermoelectric plate. Okay. Generator. I'm assuming this is something you would hook a windmill up to, yeah? Converts mechanical energy. Okay, yeah. Details and guide. Generator. Motor. Okay. So, if we were able to actually build a windmill, we could get at least some level of light. If we could get iron. And some other basic resources. Because I'm not too concerned about certain parts. Obviously, we can get copper now that we're up here. We're surrounded by a technical source of that. The main thing would be making a windmill and being able to actually power something. And making sure it not go off and explode. Burner generator, I mean, I wouldn't be against using it. But I don't like relying on electrical power that requires me to specifically be doing something. If we had a sun, you know, a solar panel might have helped. Water wheel would probably be the best idea, but let's be honest. That's not a thing in these mods yet, and I don't want to install a mod for one whenever that's literally just going to be a thing in the next update. Pretty much. So, it's just like, why would I actually want to install that? A little bit surprised we're not getting cold yet. Maybe because we're not technically outside or something, I don't know. Ow! Fuck you. Oh, there's a cave here, that's why. I don't want to climb up here and see what I see. Yeah, I have a feeling I know where we are. Based on what exploration of this kind of area I've done before. Okay. Yeah, we're in a valley. That is both... Okay, me. Wow. Where'd that go? Did that get destroyed? Did we just lose a torch to that? Or... Oh no, yeah, I still have two. Okay. I'm tired. Ideally, what we'd end up doing is making at least a decently large little safe haven here. And then basically making a road network of lights. Fuck did I just... You know, it's probably not smart walking towards something if you thought you heard it. You know what the only sounds of safety are here. Why would you approach an unknown one? But yeah, I think what I will need to do is somehow hunt polar bear and get fat. That's about our only way of getting permanent light source right now. Oh yeah, this spot. Our spot I found some copper at. If I went further. This isn't exactly helpful. All it really tells us is where a cliff might be. Which, really, how helpful is that information per se? I think we may have more or less circled most of this area. I should install a mod that allows us to at least make a map. I'd prefer that to having none. I know there is a mod for that. It was mentioned. But yeah. There is grass. There's actually not much in the way of actual rocks around either. It's all just the bits. So that's fascinating. A water wheel would go a long ways to helping us whenever we eventually get power. As an option, at least. What do you have? Oh yeah, I did buy a bed from this person. I remember that's where I got that. What do you buy? Steel. Charcoal. Okay. I'm not sure what use that would be to me. That one... Ah, that actually is a weird thought. Okay. He sells those. If we could make a spot, we could potentially have those as a thing to make, like, that. Can't tame wolves, though. Oh yeah, there's that. I don't know. If I'd be willing to sacrifice a torch, I'm trying to decide if I'd want to wander out into the dark and see if we can't find another valley. That probably wouldn't be a good idea, but realistically, we're going to need to find more ruins. I could plant trees, now that I think about it. I could come up here and plant some of our tree seeds. They can grow. Maybe not in this weather or temperature, but we could plant them. I don't foresee us getting much in the way of candles ever. Because I'm pretty sure flowers and bees are something we're not going to see a lot of. Trying to think of ways we could also make navigation a little bit easier on ourselves. In total darkness, it won't be anything that we can do, but still. So we're getting plenty of copper. I might just take a torch and see what we can find over one of the ice sheets. If anything. There's a strong possibility we don't find the other side of an ice sheet for a long time. Anywhere I could put this. Thinking what I can do with these really quickly. We're not getting a saw anytime soon, and the trees will grow. Yeah, let's just kind of do that for now. Alright. Alright. I don't expect to be returning from this trip, so this is kind of a sacrifice of that. Hopefully by the time we do return, those will be grown anyways. Not that we're going to find much in the way of food on the way, but... God. If I could just figure out the direction of another valley, we'd probably have a bit better of a time. While delving caves to find underground ruins, it will probably be the way to go for a lot of spots. If we can at least have an idea if there's one nearby, we could potentially try to figure out a way to get across and loot it. Especially because there is better ruins installed. And what we ultimately need is just permanent light sources of some kind. Because once I have the access to that, we can start setting up little outposts with lights and just kind of use those to navigate. Hell, we'd be able to potentially get, like, spots up here lit up, so we'd be able to do something with it. But yeah, I'm just gonna walk this way and see if we can't find anything. I don't really think there's much to find in the ice caves either, but I could be wrong. It's just we don't have a lot of stuff to commit to an expedition of any kind and expect to be able to come back from. This one gonna be impossible to climb. It's kind of looking that way. Those things seizing up like that are a bit disconcerting. Not sure what we can even do with snow, mind you. One second, is there anything we can do with it? We can put rocks in it. We can get snow goggles. Electrical drill. Okay. Outside of putting rocks in it, I don't think so. Which, at that point, why not just throw the rock at whatever's attacking us? I really don't see the use of that to me. Fun item. For some shits and giggles fucking with friends, but yeah. Our main goal is to just find ruins. Hell, if we can find underground ones, potentially, that would also probably be helpful. Underground ruins have a chance for lanterns, is kind of my thought process. Lanterns being one of the just best light sources. If not straight up the best base game light source. Oh god, navigating this is gonna be hell. But yeah, this is a bit of a death march we're on. For fuck's sake. I feel like holding a torch sometimes causes the ground to collapse more on you. Hell, if we run into any caves, I probably should consider them. End up dead from all of that before anything else at this point. Seriously? I have no idea if we're getting closer to the edge or not. Okay, there's that. Part of me wonders what would happen if we could melt all this ice, but I have a feeling I know. I would be out of the house. Oh. I thought that might be a cave at first, but no. Let's see. It is so quiet up here. I think that would be something I'd like to do, by the way. It's just build a tower. What we have here. Is that a chasm or just part of another valley? I think it might be a chasm. I see some coal there. Don't know what kind. What's at the bottom of this? Anything? Feel like I heard something walking over here. This might just be another... I startled myself with the smoke. Okay. Another valley, I think. Brown coal. Okay. Glacial ice. Why is this lit? Oh, we can just pick that up, can't we? Okay. Weird. It's really bright glacial ice for whatever reason. I guess if we were ultimately able to also find a trader who sells lanterns, that would also work. I don't know. Stumbling upon certain things is just purely a chance. Like, how would we ever actually see certain things? The fire being our only light. Yeah, I probably walked straight past that one small ruin near where we live anyways. More than once, potentially. Flowing water over there. Yeah, we are basically just blind out here. It's also hard to tell sometimes what is a natural structure and what isn't in terms of just the profile of it. Realistically, it would be in spots like this that we would find ruins too. I have never seen an actual ruin spawn on top of the glaciers. Pillars up there. I'm also betting we're not going to find much more than Arctic supplies out here. Notably, useful items, all the same, but still. I don't even hear wind. That's the part that gets me a little bit. I don't hear a single bit of wind. Like, let's glitch out the sound of that and just hear the nothing going on. We are truly lost at this point. Hopefully this means that we actually have like a good amount of area to explore overall. That's just kind of the hope. I do want to climb on top of one of these glaciers. I think up here is where you'd actually find polar bears. I can't tell though. Okay, that is fascinating to look through. Starvation is setting in. Pretty nice. But yeah, I think that might be what we just kind of need to try to work towards, is being able to hunt bears. That's not going to be easy. Yeah. Oh, hey, we hit wind. Probably actually start getting cold now. What in the damn hell is that up there? That's just a weird formation of rock? Or ice? I think it is. Yeah, I think that's just a weird formation. Uh-huh. Look at all of that. Hmm. In the light of the aurora, you can vaguely sometimes see some of the ice glinting off in the distance, just very lightly. That and the fog, but, you know, making up reasons why I could see literally anything over there. There's a lot more snow here. Doesn't shock me that the area covered in snow is brighter even in this amount of darkness. We really were quite a bit further down from where the top of stuff is. Also noting that we're not seeing basically any other traders besides that survivalist. So they will probably be one of the easiest things to spot in the distance. Purely because they'd have light. Keep thinking occasionally that I see an actual structure, but no. Ow. Is this chalk? Yeah. Just a chalk cave. Goes down and around. Okay. Yeah, very useful. Uh-oh. Chalk. Oh. Hey, look, chalk. Huh. Chalk rock, too. Interesting. Directly into snow. You think igloos are a thing I could build in this? That feels like a system that they would add eventually. Damn you. Collapse the one thing that I could climb. I guess the best thing I'd be able to do would be get good at looking through ice and seeing potentially structures to figure out something, but don't foresee that being too possible. God, imagine stumbling on one of the castles or something like this, though. That'd actually be pretty cool to see. Always feels weird descending down like this. Bauxite. Chalk. Or snow? I'd be curious to know how far I've gone. It's gonna start running. Yeah, it's pretty desolate out here. Ironically, apparently we've run into one of the only bears in existence. That's great. All of this is bauxite. All of it. We are surrounded by bauxite. I'm happy to have clay. Ugh. Is all the grass in existence here? Why? Oh god, we're going to die here. Things I knew would eventually happen, but still. Kind of hoping we'd at least stumble upon some ruins, but yeah. Our lack of sight is really not helping us. It's worse here than it is for the caves, though. Just something running out of the darkness like that. The caves, I usually hear them first. Ow! Oh, great. But yeah, we are well and truly lost at this point. Every time I run into a mountain, man. Okay, I'm genuinely unsure how I got in here now. I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't even seen another polar bear. Ow. Yeah, there's death. Slowly and surely, there's death. Alright, let's just kind of look in here and see what we find, if anything. Oh, wow, nothing. Okay. Trying to determine whenever I need to put the torch down, just so in case I ever somehow end up back this way, I can see it. Know that I've been there. Just take a screenshot of that. God. Wow. Alright. Now we're back here. Did anything grow? That's the question for today. No. No, it didn't. Oh, shit. Guess we really do just have to go up there and start cutting grass. Starve to death so quickly. Let's take a couple of those. So, I want to hunt the polar bear. I want to hunt the polar bear. The problem is we'll need to be able to see the polar bear to hunt the polar bear. So we're going to have to figure out some way to hunt the polar bear. And my thought process is potentially we'll have to make a pit trap. Get enough sticks together, sharpen them, dig a hole, like, far enough that it will not be able to get out of it, and just let it die that way. Maybe stab it with a spear as we're doing so. I'm thinking that's just what we'll have to do, potentially. God, just a camp, like a tent with a bed and a lamp is basically all I necessarily need up here. Just so I could walk around and actually see and not have to make this climb every single time. Alright. Where did we hear it? Over there? At least we do have a source of grass out here. I guess. Much of a kind of silly bit of nonsense it is to do this way, but hey. Let's get all these lit. Okay, I can do that. Cool. What would be a good way about this? Oh, that broke that. Well, shit. That's the trader there. Yeah, okay. I don't think it was that way. I think it was somewhere up there. Worst part about trying to find one is that I have no idea where one's going to be. Wolf pit would be useful. Bright side is wind power probably would actually be pretty good up here. Make sure it goes cold at some point. That's a pun I didn't mean to make. Oh. Well now. I don't know. Do I attempt to stay on the surface a while? It's not like our crops underground are going to grow very fast. I feel like the longer I stay up here, the more likely something will spawn and attempt to attack me. B. It's not like we have too much else we can explore at the moment either. Probably should have left one of these in the chest, now that I think about it. Probably it would have been a good idea. And that probably means actually would have been a very good idea. Another thing I have to remember is I don't have permanent light up here of any kind if I'm not holding a torch. Can't really make anything without the fat either. I would also bet we'd start to freeze to death pretty quickly. Okay. Oh, we got some stuff at least. How do I go about this? I do kind of want to plant a tree up there to see if it grows. Trees would be very useful to have on the surface. Shocking, I know. Ah, damn it. Alright. Well, that's all the grass we can do stuff with, I guess. I still don't fully know what I can do with this right now. Oh yeah, there's the grow beds. Things I can literally do nothing with. Processor will turn that into that. Okay. But whenever it comes to this, I kind of want to know if cob would actually propagate. Do I want to try to use the soil we have for that, though? Because I do have these 4 pieces. If cob will grow, we might have something on our hands, but do I really sacrifice all 4 pieces of this perfectly good soil for 10 cob? Like, this is going to be an experiment that might not work. That's what bothers me about it. But, what would I be using it for anyways right now? I think that's something else I have to consider. Is it actually useful to me? Or do I just like it because it's potentially useful? So, here will be my thought process on this. I make the cob. I put it outside. At least a couple of the pieces, yeah? I take it up top. I put some of the pieces outside. I leave some down here and see if they propagate into grassy form or whatever, potentially. I didn't mean to get in bed, but okay. We'll see what happens. I guess I should also take a tree seed out there too and see what I can do. There's so little that can be up there though. That's like one of the concerning parts of it all. Okay. And we'll return once I have hunger back. This has been surprisingly useful, though. I just haven't been utilizing it much. If nothing else, that would also allow me to make a camp up top and be able to have a defensive perimeter of some description. Yeah, leave that. My brain told me the birch planks up there were writing for half a second, and my brain became very concerned. Okay. Let's see. Did one of the pieces just vanish? Does that just have a like happenstantial chance of that? No. Okay. For the sake of it, let's take 2 of these up there and see what we can do with it. I also want to check, is there anything else we can do with gravel? Dry dirt gravel, dry dirty gravel. Why would you do that? Can you? Can you actually use gravel to make path? Is that even a thing? I don't think it is. Okay, can we actually see gravel place? Post rock for red clay. Okay. So it can be held in that. Good to know. Alright. That means there is a possibility of finding it, basically. Oh, we'll just have to be on the lookout for that then, I guess. I should see what all a survival trader can even have, potentially, too. Just out of curiosity. You'd think there'd also be a treasure trader nearby, too, somehow. I tend to keep finding those next to each other at the start of the game. But yeah, we'll see if this stuff has any chance of growing up here. Grass may be a dead concept, though, at this point. Like proper green grass. I still am thinking that maybe I should try to build some sort of little hut or something. Alright. The water did not move there, by the way. That was a little bit strange. Now we'll see if that propagates in any way, shape, or form. These will grow, though. Oh. You can grow trees out here. We can grow trees that is an interesting little idea. The water. Oh, that's strange. All right. Passage of time in this is also really hard to judge fully. If we didn't have this, I'd have no idea. There's the trader. All the ice is starting to like form fully across all the liquid up here. I take some of this ruin block over here, wherever that was. I might. Like, I couldn't really do too much with it, but it's here. And I could use extra, like, building material. I don't want to listen to that over and over again. I would be very happy if this actually had a further interior section to it, like some things I've seen, but I severely doubt it. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to. This was just a small one with a decent little supply cache on it. Still, I can use this for something. That's something being potentially a little shack somewhere to have. We've kind of hit that problem again where I'm just kind of going, okay, I need something. How do I get that something? I'm not sure. Outside of, you know, just a shit ton of panning again. Not gonna lie, I'm really not wanting to do that again. That was painful the first couple of times. Alright, let's see what you got. Still the same things, new delivery in 6 days. There's no auction house that exists, so it doesn't matter. He'll buy them, so I doubt he'll ever sell them. But yeah, we'll see if that, sod or whatever turns into something. Because that would at least be somewhat useful. Hob, sorry, not sod. Where's all the snow? Higher up on the cliffs. Off over that way and along there and like up to there and stuff. There's a lot of it. We're just in the lower valley area where it hasn't got any. If I climb like right up here, here's some snow. There you go. Look at it. There's snow up here. There's a snow block there. Yeah, there's snow here. And back down we go. Not too much else we can do there right now, unfortunately. God, the need for clay is becoming more and more pressing. I think we take all of this stuff, put it down somewhere, die, and then go up back towards where that black coal was. I'd be willing to use copper and just make an anvil now so we actually have some form of progression going. Like, that's just kind of the point we're at. Oh, hey, that tree grew. Eh. They're all in a pile there. But yeah, maybe we'll find some up over there somewhere under the black coal. Maybe. If we're lucky. I'm going to lie, I'm not sure how lucky I feel at all lately. I have a feeling I'm not. You fuck. Because as much as a tin anvil would probably help, I don't think we have enough sapphirite. Not a tin, a bronze. Bismuth bronze. I don't think we found a single piece of tin, which is kind of odd. Honestly, it'd probably be easier to get over here now by just going around than directly to here, but hey. I wish this stuff was in something far less unstable. Alright. Here, let's clear some of this up while we have this extra light from that one thing. Set that there. Right, I put that up there. Yeah. We're gonna have a lot of this, and that's kind of the odd thing. I feel like one of our best ways of actually finding it would be just to clear out the entire vein, though. I don't know if that's a reasonable thought process. But what else can we really do at this moment? Especially because it just has a habit of constantly collapsing on us. Annoyingly. If only I was able to actually make some more permanent light fixtures out of coal. Yes, I know burner generator, but still. That's not quite what I mean. Nothing else will have enough of this stuff to last a really long time, I guess. No clay up there, huh? Okay. I mean, if we end up collapsing this entire, like, vein down a couple levels, At least we'll know without having to dig it up. Oh, there they went. Yeah. How long do these burn for? About a minute 20-ish. Okay. Still vaguely wondering if it's like physically under or just can be around the coal vein. I have a feeling this one isn't going to have anything around it, though. Let's call it a hunch. Not that this is a small vein by any means, either, so, I'm not fully certain what it means by 100% instability whenever it clearly just doesn't want to fall. Ah, yes, coal dust. That's so good for your lungs. Yeah. Here. Let's do this, because we still have all of this over here to look around under, too. It would be so nice if there was actually one of the veins here, though, of clay. If we got that, so much could be solved immediately. We've pretty much cleared most of this side around, haven't we? There's still more. Okay. I hate this rock. Okay. I hear clicking. That's brown coal, that's lead. Okay, and then down this way was more lead and the water source, right? Okay. It's somewhere. There's one of those creatures somewhere in this direction. I can hear it. I feel like maybe I should head towards it. Because if there's another cave nearby, then that's still a lot more than we have right now, you know? Okay. This is still good? Yes. Okay. Maybe I should recover more of the ashlar from that one ruin as well. Just to, like, have it available. This way. Every cave we can bust into is at least a potential for new stuff. Hey! Hey! Okay, here we go. There we go, boys. We found it! Holy fucking shit, it's here! We have clay! We actually have a source of clay now! Oh my fucking god, yay! Look at that beautiful shit. The beautiful shit we'll be able to make some goddamn iron with, too. Oh, god. Hell yeah. This is the most happy I've ever been to see a type of dirt. Ah, shit. Got a nice little even area to work with, too, to get at it. Oh, fuck. Or there, too. I don't think that will prevent collapse there at all. Okay, you. Ow. Fuck yeah, finally. That's basically the last ingredient we needed to actually start starting our progression. Hell yeah. Yeah, I want to grab some iron too, just for the sake of it. We'll have to come back with a shovel, I think. But yeah, man. God damn, finally. Look at all the coal that fell down the shaft into this spot, too. Alright. I'm gonna head back down through here, actually. I'd rather not try to get through the spikes. Get all that closed up again. Okay. Oh, fucking goddammit. I need to remove this. This hole is useful, but not as useful as it could have been. There we go. No, not useful at all, actually. Here. I know what to do. Shove that there. Okay. Oh, fuck. God. The black coal pit, yeah. This needs expanding now. The worst thing that could happen is this getting set on fire, but... Oh damn, that's still not enough, okay. The moment we have a saw, I can actually just make a box and store it in there, but... Oh, Christ. Here. We'll just do that for now. That makes me so much more happy. Alright, time to die. I really do need to make a proper one of those pits, though, that I can kind of get to. Just for the sake of it. Alright. Shovel. Shovel. Do I even own a shovel? Have I ever made a shovel? I don't think I have. Because why would I have a shovel, per se? Alright. So, first thing we're going to need... bronze. We're gonna have to see if we can make enough bronze to make the anvil. And if we can make enough bronze to make an anvil... we can go straight to, iron. I don't know if we have a way to do iron per se. I've never actually made iron, now that I think about it. But hey. Gather up all this grass that we have growing here. Okay. Nice. Let's go. Yeah, isn't that so nice that we have a pit to kill things with? Right, off we go. Ow! Whew, okay. Now the question will be, how much fire clay are we going to get out of that? Do I have enough blue clay to make a cooking pot? Now that our metal needs are about to be fixed, that's kind of where my brain's going. Up, and it's there. Alright, and it was through that one. Yeah. There it is. It was literally right there the entire time. Holy shit. Alright. Here we go, boys. Clay. We finally have a source of clay. Like a proper one. Ah, shit. I don't know how much I'm gonna grab here right now. Enough. Let's grab like a single stack for now. That should be enough to work with. Maybe a little bit more than that, but yeah. We'll still have to, like, pull some more of it out of the walls. Break some of this stuff. Crack chalk there. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Fucking finally. 60-something hours into this save, by the way, and we finally have a source of this. I made a good decision streaming today. Even if it is a little bit late. Nice. There we go. Ah! Nice. Source of clay obtained. Oh, we're going to be able to do so much more now. Like, unironically. Oh, God. What are some of the first things I'm going to do with this? Well, first, I can tell you right now what one of the first things I'm going to do with it is. I'm going to make a goddamn saw. I'm going to make a saw. I'm going to make storage. I'm going to make proper doors. I'm going to make so much. Alright. This should be fine. Oh, we can even make an oven. What is this? The bed of nails? Yeah, we can make that too. We'll need 28 fire clay. Okay. That's doable. We'll need a couple of ingot molds. Shit, we can also make some cobblestone to make some of the other things we're gonna need. Regrew. What else can we do? Some of this stuff I'm not going to want to make for the sake of it. Alright, here we go. Finally. Ah, finally. I feel good. I'm actually kind of happy about this. I know I'm going to want to save a lot of this for other things too, but this is like one of our only sources of clay that we have ever gotten that wasn't sieving. I was thinking about something, by the way. Do certain things... We don't have the ability to make a water wheel yet. That's next update. So I'm kind of wondering how I'm going to do power generation. That's the main thing. Okay, copy that layer. We'll only have so much of this to work with right now, but it's still like an anvil, no matter what, is going to be a permanent upgrade to our survival situation. That will just remain true no matter what. Too high. If we could get candles, we could make a lot too. But right now, I think we need to just kind of potentially focus on potentially making a power generator of some kind. I know the closest we'll get to a full generator right now would probably be a burner. Which, yeah, we would have to kind of keep an eye on potentially. And fuel. A mechanical power one would be helpful. There it is. Anvil mold. Nice. Put that in there. We should have enough grass to also fire it, don't we? Yeah. And we'll start looking at how much we're going to need in terms of clay for other stuff, potentially. Like, obviously, we're going to need to make the bricks to be able to make iron. What else will we need? I'll have to see what kind of metals I have total to be able to potentially make enough bronze to just completely skip copper. Which I'd very much like to be able to skip copper if I can. Instead of wasting the resource for that. Okay. Let's see here. So, that's 100 units. So, 4 sapphirite basically can get us 100 units. Give or take, depending. That's lead. This is the bismuth we have. We have plenty of bismuth. That's not a problem. Starvation, Can't you see I'm making technological breakthroughs right now, starvation? Go away. Ow. We don't really need to hold on to the chalk. We have a shit ton of chalk as it is. Okay. I love throwing things on the ground and they immediately just reappear in my hand. There we go. Even if it's just copper we can make, though, that's still a workable material. Oh, is that again? Alright. Right. Back to what I was doing. We definitely have enough copper. It's realistically sapphirite that we're kind of having to worry about. And no, I don't have enough reeds to be able to actually make another chest. I really was hoping I did, but no. I'm gonna try this at least. Like I said, the bismuth isn't going to be a problem. It's realistically the sapphirite. Alright, here's a really stupid question. If I just do this... Yeah, no, of course not. Technically, it has to be more sapphirite than bismuth. Damn it. I hate trying to calculate this shit, man. I genuinely hate it. I'm literally pulling out a calculator right now. So it was 12, 4, and 4. Okay. I'm pretty sure we need 900? Which would be 101 copper. Or 108, sorry. Then for the other ones, 4 times 9... 36 of each. So... would we be able to kind of fuck around with the numbers a little bit and use less of it and still reach that number? That's a question I have to ask. Well, first off, let's just even these out and then see how much I can get away with. Straight up. As much as I probably wouldn't want to, I probably could sieve through some and get gravel and get more sapphirite. I genuinely don't know how much that will need. It was like 12 to 4 of each for a single bar. And that's what? 12 to 4, so 21 divided by 4 is 5.5. So 12 times 5.5. 66, it claims. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, no. That was the wrong math overall. That's 500. So we had too much of the bismuth in there. Okay. I don't think adding any more of that would help. So we have, at that ratio, 525 units of bismuth bronze? Yeah. Okay. That's a little under what I think we might need. By a little, I mean potentially substantially. We'll see. We'll see whenever it's fully cooked. We'll see what we need. In the meantime, do I start just sieving some of this stuff so I can actually see if I can get some extra pieces of sapphirite? I wonder, has anybody made a calculator for it? So I don't have to do all that mental math and just be wrong still. Because I'm bad at it. If it's only 500 we'd need, that'd be helpful. I doubt that. Anvil. Iron anvil top. Okay. Meteoric iron. That material looks really nice. Broken anvil. None of that means anything. That's not particularly useful. We'll see. I don't think it tells me how much it needs. Okay, that's the basic amount. Blue marine chimney, yeah. Do you not tell me exactly how much an anvil needs? Apparently not. Okay. Well, like I said, I guess we'll just see whenever that's done. That shouldn't take us too long. Plus, we can work on gathering some of this stuff again. Get this one out of the way. You were so many leaves. Could you actually provide me more than this? Please provide a replacement for yourself. Thank you. Please. Kinda made a couple of mistakes using my hand there, but hey. We actually gonna have to use another seed from the chest. I think we are. Damn it. I need to start collecting the wood, though. We're gonna need that. And yes, I know I could replace that dirt with gravel and it still work fine, but I'm not really concerned about that right now. Alright, you need to provide 2 seeds this time. Please be more than 0 at the minimum. Trying to go net positive on this game. Hopefully the ones that I planted on top of, like all the way up there, will actually be able to grow and produce seedlings. Thank you for actually producing 2. You have managed to actually prevent this from being a loss. Thank you, tree. Ideally, I'd be able to actually, you know, possibly make an entire forest up there somewhere. the sake of it. Okay. Been trying to be careful about fire being near any of this at all. Realistically, I probably should dig out another pit somewhere and just put that in there so it's not potentially somewhere unfortunate. Maybe we should do that. That'd be a good last usage of this pickaxe, potentially. That's still a lot we'd need to dig, though. Where can I do that? What did I pick up? I don't know what I just picked up there. Morning. I have some fun news, by the way. The black hole did, in fact, have a fire clay deposit. So we now actually have enough clay to form a anvil mold. Now I'm just seeing if I have enough bronze material to make an anvil, so we can actually just straight up skip copper anvils. I have a feeling 2 deep is not enough here. There's so much of the coal we need to store. Massive, yeah. I'm waiting for the anvil to finish firing. Okay. Thought I saw some weird looking rock there, but no. Oh yeah, and one of the ruins up top did in fact have supplies in it. So there's a possibility to use the cattails for something, but haven't bothered with that yet. Not sure what to do with it. Okay, let's start transferring this into a hole where it's actually potentially safer. That is such a deep pit. Oh well. Only thing I can think of is storage. Primitive survival is installed, which does use it to make an item for other purposes. I just don't know if those purposes are going to be useful to me, per se, in this environment. It's not enough to make a chest. That's the first thing I thought about. Unfortunately. There we go. Christ. The logs, I'm not sure what I'm gonna bother doing with. I just had the sudden thought to make a pull, but I'm going to ignore that thinking. At least right now. Yeah. Also experimenting a little bit with some, cob to see what it does. Hopefully something. But yeah, there was a lot more down there. I just didn't bother going for it. It'll be nice to actually be able to make some stuff, though, even if we do have to use the copper anvil instead. Have to is a strong word. Have to is, in fact, a strong word. I'm not entirely intent on that. I could do a lot more receiving and actually, you know, get the sapphirite we'd need if we don't have enough. I'm not sure I want to do that. Cob also grows grass on it. Cob can, in fact, become grassy, so that means it'd be potentially able to grow grass on top of it. And because it only uses 4 dirt, if it can grow grass on top of it, you can make 10 cob with 4 dirt. So I put some down here, and then I put some up on the surface to see if it grows up there. That's the thought process, at least. In that case, it could be good. Yeah. We'll see. The survival trader sells wolves, by the way. I mention this concept because that may be a way to actually at least have a source of fat that we can kind of control potentially. Although, not really. But still, technically, that'd be a source of fat, technically. I don't know how we'd actually do that, but it's there. As long as you're able to actually breed the wolves together somehow. Yeah. I really should do more sieving just to get the bronze together, though. Like, we have bismuth, we have copper, we still have a lot of copper. It would just necessarily, like, require me to do more sieving just to get the sapphirite. But as is, it's just like, I kind of don't want to do that. This was going to be a short stream anyways, mind you. Because it was just kind of like I wanted to try to get some stuff done today in this on stream. If you have both genders. Yeah, that's my thought process. We'd have to design a room for it, but yeah. It is a possibility. Weird. And I think I have found that trees also can grow on the surface if we plant them up there. We'll see. I'll have to go back up there to check that in a little bit, but yeah. That's something I did recently. All sources point to no, potentially. Yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like, man, if only we could, though. We have, at least as best as I can tell, 525 units of bismuth bronze available to us, so it would take a little bit, but we could get together enough potentially for an anvil if that's not enough. Yeah. Specifically carnivores, I have never been able to get to do that anytime I've tried, potentially. Deer I have, but that's, yeah. 5 whole ingots, yeah. I think so, yeah. I believe it's 9. That's kind of the main thing. If we could skip copper, that would be great. I don't think we can, though, without a lot of effort there. Sadly. Yeah. Which, I know I'm a little bit dubious whenever it comes to morality, but I don't think I could get away with dog murder. That's like one of those acts that will instantly make you really, really funny. But not very liked by some people. Me included, mind you. Christ. Is there anything I've installed that we can use flax for yet? I feel like we've gotten so much of that and grown none of it. Oh yeah, there's that. Oh yeah, the fruiting bag. You know, if we had mushrooms. And some sort of grain to put in there. That'd be nice to have, I guess. Firework. That thing, which is only used to make paper. Though there is a use for paper, I think, later. Potentially. Yeah, that'd be used for that. Oh yeah, this. Wonder why that's installed. Fair, yeah. Toro. Chalk Toro. Polished chalk. Used for that, okay. I installed a, mod specifically to help me have things to build other than the normal furniture for decoration purposes. What are you called again? Birch? Yeah. Is there anything else we can build particularly out of the stuff that I installed? I didn't even look too far. I just saw that it, yeah. There's a couple of architectural pieces that we can have, like tatami mats, a hearth. That's primitive survival. A wooden lantern. Not really that useful. Tatami mat. Middle. End, middle. Okay. What is this able to be crafted with? Reeds? Reeds and papyrus and some planks. Okay. Unfortunate. Shingled roof. Hearth. That would be makeable. Some various just different kinds of storage here for this. Trying to find some of the stuff that I know should be in there. A battery. Oh yeah, would probably need to install a battery. Ingredients for the trunks. There's actually some nice storage options there that look okay. Planks like that are not apparently something I can do anything with. Okay. What about a saw? That might show me some more stuff I can make. Street lamp for electricity. Electrical fence, by the way. Tee-hee. Lacquered board. Oh, that's used to make the Torii gate. Okay. Plaster wall, tavern tables, unusual clutter. Eh. Support beams. Raw recurve. Plaster wall. Shoji wall half pillar. All this stuff is actually kind of annoying to find. Like, I kinda have it just for a couple of pieces, I'm not gonna lie. Just to be able to decorate with. If I could find other furniture mods, I'd probably use them. Debarked. Not really anything there. Kind of just looking at stuff while vaguely wasting time, to be honest. Firefly jar. How are you? Where are some of the doors that you can make, actually, now that I think about it? Would there be somewhere here? Can you do the same thing you do in, No. No, you can't. Damn. That's a little annoying. Okay. And let me guess, it doesn't have its own section anywhere in here. No. Okay. So we would just have to probably do this, huh? Yeah, no. Okay. What if I just put the word Japanese? Would that actually pull it up? Okay. Silver Nada Hatcha. Which is just a different kind of hatchet. Hatchet blade. Yeah, okay. That. So this is how we can see all these. Okay. Yeah, Shoji door. Is there just not a birch version of them? Is that what I'm understanding? Potentially, yes. Okay. Fine. Okay. Wall panel. Boards and the frames. Okay. Anything else interesting in here besides tatami mats and the vague little bits of furniture and whatnot? Plus some of the lanterns. I'm not gonna lie, the lanterns are probably going to be one of those things that I actually use more often than not. If I can actually make them. Just cuz. Zabuton cushions. Yeah, yeah. Plus some of these corner walls and whatnot are nice. Yeah. Dark lacquered wall. Okay. It's not that I necessarily want anything that will make my life easier, it's just that I like having a variety of decor to work with. Especially since I'm such a massive weeb. I guess we can sleep now? And hope that that's done when we wake up. and try to figure out, do we just go for a copper anvil and hope we can make the other one later? Because honestly, I just want to be able to start making proper stuff, even if I could spend time doing other things. Try to just slowly build up what we need to make the bronze. It literally is just the sapphirite, basically the zinc holding us back from being able to make that full thing. And it would be a massive waste of that copper to do that, whenever we have everything but that zinc in the correct amounts. At least easily gettable. That's kind of a annoying situation to consider, isn't it? Oh god, the tiredness is hitting me again. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming much longer. Like I said earlier, this was kind of just meant as a way for me to actually, on stream, get some stuff done. Though we got way more than I was expecting. And now I could just spend some time in off stream getting the rest of the sapphirite that we'd probably need, and that'd probably be a good... It is really fucking late for me. Oh god. I need to do anything today. Because if I need to do anything today, I probably should look to call stream here. What is this? When is this? Yeah, I probably should do that. Okay. Yeah. Ugh, fucking paper. I hate paperwork. Alright. Well, we got fire clay. We got fire clay. That is basically the last thing we needed a source of. Hooray. Pretty late over there, isn't it? It's so late it's early. That's the problem. Alright. In any case, it's a 2-hour stream where we actually got something done. Isn't that amazing? I'm trying to think if I'm going to do anything tomorrow or not. I don't know what day it is anymore. I actually don't. One second. What day is it? Friday? Okay, I have to get that done today. Fuck. Alright. Thank you all for being here. Hope you had a good time. Hope to see you next time. I'm not really even going to look to see if anybody else is online, because I'm pretty sure the answer is no. Good night, good morning. Yeah, that level. Yep. Thank you all for being here. And remember to do the human things to survive. Next time I stream this, I may have an anvil of bronze, but until then, sayonara. I literally have to get paperwork done before Monday.